All right, so there you go, 50 basis point. That's exactly what the market expected. That's what he delivered. That's typical, right? That's what we thought. I also thought we'd get some whipsaw. That always happens on big news, not just FOMC, but NFP. You'll always get whipsaw. And like I said, it's always about the close. And I thought this might happen. Everyone expects, markets to go up on 50 basis points. Yeah, the initial reaction, but it's always about the close. And I thought because markets have been going up non-stop, buy the rumor, I thought it might be a sell the fact. And that's what we got. So what's more important though is tomorrow. I always feel like people digest, you'll have everyone talking tomorrow, pre-market, and let's see how we close tomorrow, which is a Thursday. And then I might as well say, what about Friday? Because that will be the weekly candle. But for me, it's all about the close on the day of the news, which we've had. But the next days, I actually think it's more important. And Friday is also quite good. But okay, so let's see what happens tomorrow. For now, though, we've got quite a lot of data to go by. So I'm starting with the DXY. DXY was very, very weak, right? We've been testing this little level down here, 100.6. We flushed it intraday, but where are we by the close? We've got a bit of a hammer. So small reversal, I don't know, something like up here. Good luck getting past here, because by the time you're there, you may hit this little descending. So let's see. It should rise a little bit tomorrow, but let's see also how we close on a weekly basis. But the DXY is weak regardless. I mean, look, we just cut rates. That's not supposed to strengthen the dollar. I know we might get this small bounce, but I don't expect anything major. Even if we break out of here, it might just go a little higher and then fade. DXY is toast, generally speaking, and you've still got this bounce in US dollar, Japanese yen based on this level. So that's probably going to help. That might also go up a little bit, and then we'll see. That should fade later. So DXY bounce. Markets, yeah. Look where we've been the whole time. Just okay, high lows, high highs, or high highs almost. We've been testing this area, and look at this candle. This is the S&P, but look at that, just completely bearish shooting star, or whatever they call it. Close at low of day, total rejection. It should go lower. Okay, I'm not sure if we're gonna test the absolute lows down here. If you want, you may have some new ascending very tight. At least test this area, right? But we should go a little lower. We should go a little lower across the board. It's the same thing. Look at that, horrible. The Russell was, I mean, yeah, it was green, but look at that. It's just as bad, to be honest. NASDAQ, I know we don't really care, but same thing. Look at that. Look at that. That's definitely going down. So tomorrow we should have some continuation lower. And what did the miners do, by the way? They followed, I'm going to go straight to the miners. They followed the markets in the same sort of candle. Like we had a nice upward move. Let's go to the 3-minute chart, my favorite one. Look at that. On the news, right? Algorithms just buy, buy, buy. Everyone saw this beautiful candle. And then we had some continuation. The miners were outperforming the markets for sure. It was all beautiful. I sold into the move. Very happy about that because I didn't trust this. I knew we'd get some whips, so I knew it'd come back down. I want to take the advantage. So I trimmed across the board, little 5% trims, but in the end, it added up quite nicely. So I'll go through that in a second. So I remember watching, GDX and S&P. They both went up together, but then the S&P sort of started to fade a little bit, and GDXJ kept on going up. Let me just show you the S&P here. Yeah, you see you get this nice move, and then down it goes. But what did we just have in the GDXJ? We had continuation, so we really did nice, and I got to sell the nice move up there. So I actually sold just before the announcement and then just after, little 2.5%, 2.5%, so overall 5. But I did nail this nice move up here. So it was good. The miners outperformed on the way up, but what happened on the close? We closed at low of day. I mean, I'm quite happy because I actually trimmed, and it's exactly what I thought would happen. It really is. So I do expect some continuation lower tomorrow, and let's see what happens. But that's what should happen. The markets should move down with the miners. Also, SilJ doesn't surprise me because silver got absolutely, not absolutely smashed, but more than gold. Look at that. Looks like a bit like the Nasdaq, actually. Look at this. Pretty similar stuff, right? Interesting. There's no correlation. That's a coincidence. But yeah, silver rejected here with gold at new all-time highs being rejected at 2,600. So do we go low? We could go a little lower. I don't know. There's no, where are my trend lines? I lost all my silver trend lines, but silver has support. There's no doubt about it. It's just, sorry, rejection because It was a sell the fact. Sell the fact. Everyone knew it was coming, even 50 basis points. What was it? 59% of the market expected it. Whatever, it was 25 or 50. And like I said, when, in different videos, when we finally increased interest rates in 2016, was it? That was the bottom for gold. And here we're finally going to cut. I'm not saying we're at the top, but everyone knew it was coming. So it doesn't surprise me. And I was saying this would happen. This might happen. And I thought it would. And yeah, gold, not the worst candle, but definitely a rejection for now. So maybe back down to the old breakout 20 feet, 25, 30. And the miners also back down, right? Let's just look at GDX real quick. Same candle as GDXJ and SILJ come back down. I don't know, maybe you got to look at gold to see when it bounces. Maybe the markets will determine the bounce. But we followed the markets, and it doesn't surprise me that the markets went down. It doesn't surprise me that the miners went down. It doesn't surprise me that silver went down. Gold is more resilient. That's usual stuff. Let's look at some of the actual miners. Newmont, very strong, relatively speaking, pretty much unchanged. But look at that. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It tapped 55 resistance and then closed pretty much unchanged. That's just strong, forever strong. Even if it comes back down, fills this gap, back up we go. Barrett Gold down 2%, close at low of day, not the best candle. We did get this little pump just after hours, but I don't even believe it. We could even fill the gap tomorrow. That would be nothing dramatic. So Barrick's been very strong for a very long time, but not the best candle, down 2%. Ignico, same sort of candle, could fill a gap. I expect, 1.5 days of downward move. I don't know about Friday, but tomorrow should be a down day, should be a continuation. But it's the more important day. And if there's a reversal, I would trust tomorrow more than I trust today because there's been more time to digest everything. Pan America, yeah, really similar to the silver chart. Do we go all the way back down here? I don't know. This is now null and void. That can be replaced with this one for sure. Something like this. Wheaton, that was pretty, yeah, look at that, all the way down, shooting star, big revert, big rejection, big rejection. Like you cannot make that move now. You need to go back down and then try again later. Metalla, actually, sorry, I should check Franco-Nevada. Keep forgetting that one. They've all got the same candle, just big rejection. And it doesn't surprise us because that's what they do. They follow the general ETF. Look at that, bam. First Majestic. The silver stocks I nibbled out of all of them, all six of them. First Majestic, Fortuna, CDE, Heckler, EXK, Mag Silver. Look at that. This is the thing is, I was selling because I knew we'd follow the markets, but I know that First Majestic is strong. It's first of all absolutely butchered at lows. I know we've had a nice pump, but that's off news and very good news, buyback news. So for me, I don't want to. I want to buy back what I sold possibly tomorrow already. First Majestic is one where I sold it, but I thought, oh, it could be like last time where I sold it. It's going to go down. It went down and quickly reversed and made new highs. So I don't want to. I want to buy back what I sold quite quickly, possibly Friday. This is some short-term stuff. Next one, Fortune. I mean, thankfully they all went down, but yeah, FSM, look at that, also down. This one hasn't really been too strong off good news, so this one I don't expect to. This should come back down, no problem. CDE, this one also good news, higher lows, higher highs. This one I want to buy back soon. Support 660. Can we go lower? $6? Ooh, are we buying $6? I don't even think we'll get to fill the gap. And maybe I'm too aggressive on my $6. We could just, hit 660 and bounce straight away. So I need to be very nimble tomorrow. Heckler, maybe at least down to 630. I'm not really thinking about support too much. I mean, it's quite clear 630. If we go lower, fill the gap and the ascending. But I just want to I want to look at the general markets tomorrow and see how the miners react. Do they follow the markets or not? So here it'd be the breakout, obviously. This will be the gap fill. And if it goes low, it'll be the ascending. Next one, EXK. Here you got breakout. Some of them have got some similar charts. A lot of gap fills too. So 1, 2, in, 2.5%, 2.5%, get your 5% back. This one didn't have any good news going up on the pump. It was just following the whole sector. Down it goes. Look at that, 3.6%. Down it goes quietly. It's had bad news recently, so it doesn't surprise me. This could easily fill the gap. Maybe even tomorrow. Mag Silver hasn't had bad news, so it'll probably be stronger on the way down. Here you got mini support. You're pretty much there already. Here, it's yeah, this is a level. This is a level. Then what else do we have? Aris Mining. This one was doing so well, and down it comes. The levels are quite hard to call on this one. Gap maybe counts. It's just a bit of an illiquid stock. And then if we go lower, I would just be inclined to say this level. The last lows, too many circles down here. Next one, iron gold, very strong. We are at a level now. It's prior resistance. Yes, it was, especially here. If you go lower, then it's going to be gap filled. This will be strong on the way down because it's had very good news, as you can tell. I like to buy ones that have had good news, especially if I already own it. B2 Gold, very good news. Actually, all my stocks have been super good recently. So that's why I didn't mind selling because the portfolio's at new highs. Today, new highs. I was selling as it was at new highs, and then by the close, I was below again. Obviously, we had a red day, so I did end the day down, of course. Here you can see resistance work perfectly at 340. And now it looks like it was obvious, but it never is until it is at the close. So you got this prior resistance here and then maybe here. But this also very good news. Mali government deal. So this, remember where it is, destroyed. You don't want to expect it to go down too much. This I'd expect to have green days even when the sector's red. I mean, look at that. It wasn't even down 1%. I know the candle's ugly, but this could easily bounce and have like a green day with a strong candle. And then the next day, by Monday, you're at 342 and running towards 380. So a lot of these, they've had good news. B2 Gold, I Am Gold, First Majestic. Okay, all the seniors by default are just always doing strong. CDE. So I trimmed some of those too. B2 Gold, I did not trim, actually, what to mention. I Am Gold, I did not trim. I trimmed the silver stocks. I trimmed the silver stocks and across the board pre-market, I trimmed most of them. But there, like once the pump was in, it was the silver stocks that I just trimmed. What else? Equinox, I did not trim. That was down too much today anyway, 4%. Plus, it's retesting the descending breakout, right? I thought, it's down too much and it's already on a bit of a bit of support. If it doesn't bounce from where it is now, then maybe the gap fill. And when it's gap fill, honestly, it can be before the gap and after the gap. It's never too obvious. Normally, it's filling the gap, but sometimes it bounces just before. SSRM looks strong despite having the same sort of candle as everyone else. Down only 1.3%. Yes, it closed at low of day, but it's at support. And to be honest, just it's another one that can just move on its own and not care, a bit like B2 Gold, but SSRM does it better. It could just move, like it can have a green day up 3% tomorrow, even though everyone will be down 2%, because you know it's been absolutely filleted and it's down to some mudslide in Turkey and it hasn't really participated in the rally, and likewise, it may not participate in a bit of a drop. It could just say my time has come and just start rising. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to cover everything because they all kind of had the same sort of candles as you can see. So I pretty much trimmed just pre-market because not pre-market, before the news during regular hours. Everything was sort of up or down 1%, basically unchanged. So it was very easy to just trim there. And I thought I'll trim right after the news because I expected 50. I expected a move up. It's what happened. It was quite hard to sell during that move up, but I'd already had all my sells ready and waiting. I just hit it as soon as I thought that the pump was over, and I pretty much got a nice move up there. I remember CDE up like 3 or 4%. I sold a 712 CDE, so that was where was that? I remember that CDE 712 up here. So that's where I sold. Yeah, then it went higher, and I was trimming the others, but that was up already quite a lot. I went even higher. Son of a heck low. That one got. Anyway, that's what I did. Now I'm looking for a move lower. Let's see how low we go and where we close tomorrow. And then let's see whether we're already going to bounce Friday. It's all about the markets. Do the miners follow the markets? They did today, but it's normal. It's a crazy day. Everyone's trading everything together, lots of volume. Tomorrow will be something better to go by, I think. All right, good luck, and let's see what happens tomorrow.